Okay, the first law is the power zero law. It simply states that anything raised to the power of zero is 1. For instance, when I have a raised to power 0, it's equals to 1, or 2 raised to power 0 is still equals to 1, or even 1000 raised to the power of 0 is still equals to 1. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Then for the second law, I have the inverse power law. The inverse power law. In the inverse power law, I have something like a raised to the power of minus m. It's simply equals to 1 all over a raised, raised to the power m. Or when I have 2 raised to the power minus 2, is equals to 1 all over 2 raised to the power 2, which is equals to 1 all over 4. Then the next is multiplication law. For the multiplication law and division law, when I have something like a raised to power m times a raised to power n, it simply means for that of the multiplication, when you have two bases multiplying each other and the bases are the same, you simply add the powers. Or when you have two bases adding up each other and the bases are the same, you multiply the powers for addition, while for multiplication you add the powers. Then that means this becomes equals to a raised to power m plus n. Or for instance, if I have 5 times 5 raised to power 3, since the bases are the same, I equate them and add the powers. Then I will have 5 raised to power 1, power here 1, and power 3 here, makes it power 4. And when 5 is raised to the power of 4, it means that we have 5 into 4 places. That means we have 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is equals to 625. Then the next law here is the division law. In division law, let's say I have a raised to the power of m divided by a raised to the power of n. That of division, when you have division between two bases, you simply substitute, or minus the powers, like since the bases are the same. Like if I have a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power of n, since the bases are the same, I will now have I will equate the bases, which is a raised to the power m minus n. The same thing applies for the minus. If it was minus that I'm having here now, I will just simply equate the powers, the bases, since they are the same, and divide the powers. Then for instance, I have 5 divided by raised to the power of 5 divided by 5 raised to the power 3. So since the bases are the same, I will equate them and have 5 raised to the power 5 minus 3. For the division, I simply minus the powers. Then if it was minus that I'm having, the bases are minus, like 5 raised to the power 5 minus minus 5 raised to the power 3. It will simply be 5 raised to the power 5 divided by 3. Then the next law here is the raised to the next law here is when an expression is raised to an nth index. For instance, like a for instance a raised to the power m multiply raised to the power n. So in this case, I just multiply the n by the power m. It gives me a raised to the power n mn. Just like if I'm having y square raised to the power of 6 again. And it simply means y raised to the power of 2 times 6, which gives me 12. Then the next law here would be the fraction raised to the power of fraction law, or raised to the power of division law. When I have something like a raised to the power of m over n. What this means is that for the raised to the power of division or fraction law, for raised to the power of fraction, this means is that the a is raised to the power of m divided by n. In this case now, we find the nth root and power it by m. For instance now, I will have something like a the nth root for the case of a raised to the power m over n. What I will do is I'll find the nth root of a and power it by m. That means it simply equals to the nth root of a power m. Just like if I have, for instance, I have 1, 2, 5 raised to power 2 over 3. Then to resolve this, I find the third root of 1, 2, 5 by the power of 2. So doing that, I'll get 25.